Good evening, Ape Nation. Guys, what's going on? It is Thursday, December 23rd, 2021. And I want to talk about just the lack of respect that we get from the media on a daily basis. Now, there's a couple people that I want to leave out of this conversation. There are some figures in the media who I feel like have had the apes back, the community's back, this whole time, throughout this whole play. In fact, let's go back to almost a year ago, and the OG came out with his first rant on Fox Business to Neil CAVUTO. Roll the film.
Well, Neil, first of all, I got to say, I recommended many of these stocks on January 11th or before. I've got the report in my hand that I sent out to my subscribers, and here's the list. The shorts, first of all of this nonsense, all of this noise, all of this whining by Wall Street, it's making me sick. 140% of GameStop was short. I didn't hear one person on TV complaining about Wall Street trying to crush GameStop. 140% short. I told my subscribers, buy this stock, and they made a fortune. I also told them to buy Virgin Space. Virgin, we took profits on that today. Fizz, that's up huge. Tangers is up huge. Neil, you can't allow Wall Street to short 75% of a stock, and nobody says anything. Crush these companies into the dirt, and then when the individual investor makes money, everyone's up in arms. Oh, they're going to lose their shirt. Don't you think people are trading? If it traded 80 billion shares today, people are ringing the register. I have a kid who bought a house. He made $50,000 and bought a house. So yes, some people are going to lose and some are going to win. But if they want to change the rules of the game now because the general public is making money after decades of the shorts crushing thousands of stocks into the dirt. I have watched stocks being crushed completely to zero, and no one ever whispered anything because those stocks didn't have Wall Street sponsorship. They were small names.
Charles Payne has been on this since before day one, I would say. He was, like he said in that clip, he was telling people to buy GameStop before the squeeze actually started. And hats off to Charles Payne, because even at this point, this late in the game, almost a year later, he's got $100,000 invested in AMC and GME, and that's more than I can say for some of the YouTubers out there right now who are doing videos, making money on ad revenue that don't even hold a damn position. So my hat's off to Charles Payne. He is the exception to the rule. 95% of mainstream media out there right now is running on their own agenda, and they have their own people that they have to answer to and are basically reading off the teleprompter. Whether it's big tech in Silicon Valley or the military-industrial complex or big pharma and the insurance companies, everybody's got an agenda. Payne sticks out to me out of the media personalities, and so I just want to give him the props he deserves before I tear into the rest of them. And before we do that,
cue the speeder.
This is the way.
So real quick, guys, I just have to address this before I go too far. We just hit 2,500 subs the other day. I am unbelievably humbled by the amount of support that this community has shown myself, this channel, and the rest of the community, right? All the channels that I'm watching, the guys that I'm following, who I look to for guidance or vice versa. But it's an understatement to say that this is just like a one-man show. If it wasn't for all of you guys out there on the other side of the camera or on their keyboards or phones or whatever device you're on, none of this would be possible. It's taken a group effort, and I am thankful every day I get to spend on this planet, in this country, on this microphone and camera, talking to you guys and opening up the lines of communication so that we can figure out what's going on, how to make things better. I know we all want to make money, and some of us want to fix this market too, and we want to fix media, and we got all kinds of hopes and dreams. start one thing at a time. We're going to try to fix Wall Street, and then we move on from there. I'm going to talk in the future about the fourth turning and my thoughts on that. I think it's a very interesting dialogue that I'd like to have with you guys. So hopefully in the future we'll get to talk about that. But let's get into this. So some of you might have already seen this clip. It was from last week, but I just want to pull a little audio from it. So we just get reminded of who we're dealing with here.
Anything. Do you realize how moronic these kids are? They're so stupid.
Older people are part of that wave too, aren't they?
No, it's a lot. It's a big millennial thing because I see it. And they get on the Reddit, and by the way, it's literally like, I don't want to say it. I was going to say a circle blank. I'm not going to say that. But it literally is like just everybody feeding off each other. And
by the way, I just have to ask, Charles, what is your boy's hairdo over here called? That is the craziest comb over I have ever seen. I thought my father used to have a bad comb over. That is horrendous. Go on.
Just everybody feeding off each other and
well,
agreeing
everyone
with
wants
each
to
other.
make a quick buck. Is that a curse of the youth? I mean, there are a lot of, you know, we were young one time, right?
Yeah, well, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm too old to remember. But Neil, I mean, the point is, I mean, stocks have value. I mean, that's the thing. And the one thing you can say about this market.
You don't think they're a little rich?
In some cases.
Some are. The meme stocks are rich, right?
The meme stocks are ridiculous.
The overall market.
You know, unfortunately, not all of us have got rich off AMC yet. We are still waiting for the MOASS. In the meantime, what they're saying here is correct. I mean, a lot of guys made a lot of money. And the whole thing about Trey with the options, I remember Trey talking in May about buying June 18th, I think, options on AMC, $40 calls. He had talked about all that. I remember it like it was yesterday. So everyone flipping out on Trey about making $1 million, he made the bet, and it played out perfect. We ran up on June 3rd, and that was it. And I'm not coming on here and trying to say Charles Gasparino isn't a smart guy, because I believe he probably is very smart. He knows the intricate parts of Wall Street. And I feel like he tells the truth a lot when he's on these shows. I want to take you back to October when he went on with Liz CLAMAN and what he said.
But the AMC APES conspiracy theories have been destroyed. And here's how. They think the only way you could short something more than its float, like 135% of its float, is if you operate through dark pools and naked short selling. And this report said there was none of that. That dark pools and naked short selling had nothing to do with this.
Yes, but I didn't argue that point, Charlie. The point that I argued was that the actual report.
This is what you said.
You're very rude.
No, but you said. No, but here's what you said. You said that I don't know how you could short something more than its float, but it's called common sense.
I know, but Charlie, I'll end with this because I know you've got some news. I'll end with this because I know you've got some new breaking news. But
one stock can be sold 1,000,000 times. Okay. Charlie does have a small history with interrupting people, and it's just, you know, that's maybe just the nature of the beast with these people.
I'm saying, who the hell is anybody out there to say, oh, you should stop being able to own
Nobody's saying
GameStop at a certain level?
Saying that.
I would love to be able to speak more than three seconds.
That, Charles.
All right, well, here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. Everyone has theses, right?
Raising the issue.
All right, here's the thing. You're calling people stupid.
Charles, is that they couldn't handle the volume from a settlement standpoint, and Rush Limbaugh and all these lunatics are running around saying it's a class warfare thing. It's absurd.
I tend to agree with Rush on this, because you know what? Robin Hood could have raised. Excuse me. I would like to talk. I would like to talk for more than 1 second, my man. Please give me a chance.
My man.
I'm asking you to let me talk for a minute.
They all want to get their points across, and they want to tell you what they think, and that's it. And as he went on to explain, Gasparino went on to explain this interview, there is no Gary Gensler coming in to save us. That GameStop report was a bunch of you-know-what. And so the fight continues. It is what it is. I just want to make sure we're keeping track of everybody and where their positions are as this thing plays out. The world is watching. At some point, this is going to come to an end. And people are going to be held accountable for their actions, what they said, when they said it. there's going to be a lot of talk. And all I can say to you guys on that is I believe we're on the right side of history. I think we're doing things the right way, morally the way they should be done. I think you should all be commended for the willpower that you put into holding on this stock this whole time. I know it's getting crazy, but man, the resilience is unbelievable. And whatever you happen to be doing over the next couple of days, whatever it is you're going to be celebrating, whoever you're going to be meeting up with, I hope you guys get to enjoy some friends, some family, spread some love around, some cheer, get your mind off the market for a couple of days, and then we come back at it Monday morning, and it's back to work. As always, thank you so much for everything, the views, the comments, the likes, the clicks, everything that you do to support me and the rest of the community. I can't thank you enough. And truly, it has been an amazing journey we're on. And we'll be back at it Monday morning again, going back to work. But get some rest this weekend. Take your mind off AMC as much as you can. I'll be back with some other videos. I'll throw some other stuff in. We'll get it done. We'll do some stuff. Don't worry. All right, guys. I'm going to let you go. This is Ape Nation. I'm the Massalorian, and I'm out.